Hello, how are you? Today I brought you a recipe for a homemade laxative. Many people ask me for help because they suffer from severe constipation, have very dry stools, struggle a lot to go to the bathroom, and don't want to take senna tea. You know that senna tea is really bad for you. I have a video about it here on the channel. They don't want to buy these laxatives, even those natural ones that we get from compounding pharmacies or homeopathic pharmacies, as they end up irritating our intestines and becoming addictive. So it's very interesting to be able to solve this through diet. I brought this recipe for a laxative that has only 2 ingredients. It's delicious, easy to make, quick, and you're going to love it. Stay until the end. First of all, if you're new, welcome, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. There are new videos every day with many recipes. You won't want to miss them. If you know someone who suffers from constipation, is struggling to have a bowel movement, share this video. Together, you and I, let's expand this chain of good, which is what I most want here with the channel. I have my pot here, so I'm going to turn it on to start the recipe. I set it to maximum. Inside, I'm going to add the water. Water doesn't count as an ingredient because you already have water at home. I'm gonna add dried pitted prunes, of course, because later you'll eat this and you won't want to break a tooth because of this laxative. And the golden flaxseed meal. Why am I making this combination? Dried prunes have a very high amount of fiber, especially soluble fiber, which is very beneficial for helping you achieve good regulation of your intestinal transit. Because all soluble fiber draws in and retains more water, so if the stools were very dry, it will make the stools more moist, and their presence becomes noticeable in the intestine, and thus they end up being more perceived by the receptors there in the digestive process and in the body. So you have a stronger signal that the colon is full and needs to be evacuated. It improves the signaling issue, reaching there, that evacuation stimulus, which might be what you need. And flaxseed has a very interesting good fat, which helps make the stools more pliable, softer. So what we're going to do now is let this cook. We'll lower the heat a bit here and let it cook for a while. It will end up forming a jelly, and I'll tell you later how many times you can use it, the frequency, how to use it in your daily routine. Hold on. Before waiting for it to reduce, I came back because I want to remind you of something very important. I used flaxseed flour, but I ground it at home. I bought the flaxseed and processed it right here in the blender before using it. Do this too, because you'll have a greater amount of these healthier fats and they won't become rancid with that bitter taste that some people complain about. And you know that flaxseed is a source of omega-3 precursors, very healthy and anti-inflammatory fat, very interesting. So do use it, as it will be better for you. Besides everything, flaxseed also has fiber. Just to remind you, its fiber will also help with constipation issues. Let's wait for it to be ready now. Hold on. So my jam has reduced and I waited for it to cool down until it reached this consistency. I wanted to show you before blending so you can see how it should look when you're about to blend it. You don't necessarily need to blend it. If you want to eat it like this, you can. But since we wanted to have more of a fruit jam appearance, blending it will make it more appealing to offer depending on the person. Let's put it here. I will blend it and then tell you who can consume this, how many times a day, the quantity, etc. Let's first blend this one thing at a time. Done, it's blended now. So now I will transfer it to my jar. You transfer it to the jar, just like I'm going to do here now, and store it in the refrigerator. This is important for better preservation. Regarding when to actually consume it, this is indeed something I'm always asked about. When it comes to foods that are good for the intestines, foods that we end up consuming every day. People always want to know what the best time is and if there's any routine related to it. If you consume this jam here, which I made at night, very likely in the morning you will wake up wanting to go to the bathroom. So you can consume it like this. In general, the amount will vary from person to person, but on average, approximately a teaspoon usually gives a rapid and noticeable result. I'll show you the texture here, how it turned out. It really became a jam. You don't need to consume a tablespoon of this. A teaspoon, more or less, that smaller spoon daily can be a good option. If at night it becomes complicated for you, you can eat it in the morning, you can eat it in the afternoon, no problem at all. But the important thing is that you have regularity, consistency, so you get this intake of fibers and good fats to help regulate your bowel movements. Pregnant women can consume it without any problem, unless you have a specific contraindication to some of these foods. But in principle, there is no problem for pregnant women, for children, and even for the elderly. Here we only have really prunes, flaxseed, and water, so it is super healthy, completely allowed. There are no contraindications. It is not dangerous for you. I want to remind you that I also have several videos on the channel about digestion, about the intestines, good foods for your intestines, good foods for gas. I will put this playlist here for you, the best and worst foods, to help you with that. When you try it, come back to this video and tell me in the comments what the results were for you. If you know someone who will benefit, share this video and let me know if you are going to eat exactly like this, whether you will eat in the morning or at night. I want to know what time it will fit best into your daily routine. Also, enjoy the video, it helps me out. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. There are new videos here every day with many recipes and tips for your health. You won't want to miss them. See you next time. Bye!